Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Statik and this is the Statik Sessions. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. It's going to be a not so much of a breakdown, but like a mixing and mastering overview of a song that I mixed for Karan Aujla. Producers Avvy Sra, and the song's called Haan Haige Aa. I thought it was an amazing song and I wasn't thinking about doing the whole breakdown to it, but once I got into it, I was like, man, this song is too sick. I need to do a breakdown of the song. And we're going to drop down, go right into it. I've already started mixing the song down, so I'm not going to be going through all of like how I did things, but I will be going through each one of the layers and explaining what I did, just to give you guys an idea. I'm going to play a bit of the song at the beginning just so you guys can hear it. I'll play it from the chorus part-ish, and then you guys can get an idea of what it is, and then I'll go down the breakdown of it. That's the song. That was the reference that Avvy gave me. So he wanted it to sound like that. So as you can tell in that mix, it's bright, the subs going at it, and the vocals are super loud and prominent. So those are like the key factors I took from it, and the flute's pretty prominent as well. So got to make sure I, keep to what he did, but also enhance it. So bring out the kicks, maybe clean up the vocals a bit, make sure if there's anything muddy, try to clean that up, but still keeping the way he wants it. That's, always the tough and tricky part. And Avvy's an experienced producer. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he likes. And I'm so glad to see where he's at right now. Doing a song with Karan, that's big for him. So congrats to him. So go through. Here's the 808s. All I did was add a UAD little VOG to it. Simple enough. Take it off. Doesn't change anything in the mid-range and up, but if you have a sub in your room or whatever it is and you're listening, you'll hear, if as dumb as it sounds, if it's like this, you'll feel a little bit of this to it. And that's all I wanted. I wanted that sub to kind of come out. Now he's also got this kick. It's a nice kick. It's small, probably the best way I can put it. It's small sounding. It's meant as a little bit of a pump, or like a hit while the bass is hitting. So we got to make this pound at the same time, but don't want it to outdo the song. We want it to sit where it's supposed to sit. So that's going to be an important key factor. To this, all I did was roll off some of the low end and add a DBX 160, bring out that hit and attack in it. So without these two, sounds like this. As you can tell, it sounds a little bit cleaner, so that's a good thing. Then I grouped together the snares just to give you guys an idea. Oh, I just heard that now, so I got rid of some of the low-end information that's on that snare. Those hi-hats are pretty standard, straightforward. Good thing that Avvy does is he gives me the effects where he has the effects. Kind of hard to explain, but he had this thing where he had a radio effect on his drums. So instead of getting me to do it because he has the sound that he already looked for, he gave me a layer of those drums with the radio effect already on it, which is here. Sounds good. He probably added some stuff to it, or maybe it's just a separate drum loop, but whatever it is, he gave me that separately, which is nice because a lot of people expect me to do it, and replicating it, I don't know what VSTs use. I don't know what you're using when it comes to any of that stuff, and you're always going to get different sound properties from it. So it's better you just do it and send it to me. Then we got some chants.
That's right. That's right.
Kind of adds its, hip hopness throughout the song. He's also got some bells in here. Sounds sick. Got some flutes. I threw on the CLA on top of it. He already had some reverb on there, I believe. So I just wanted to make it feel a little bit brighter and then more in your face. So if I took this off, You just hear more of the high end. It feels more in your face, feels a little bit better that way. He's also got this music layer. Funny because I never heard this in the song when I was listening to it, but if I got rid of it, it completely falls apart. So it's such a cool and integral piece within this whole mix. After that, we got some Rhodes. Sounds dope. Then he's got this voice violin. Oh no, it's not voice violin, it's just voice. I think he's violins over here. Yeah. Sounds really nice. This part is my favorite, I would say, right here. He's got these sampled voices. I love that part of the song, so I'll show you guys that part too. He's also got some crowd noise. I thought this was a really cool addition. Then he's got some vocal. That's cool. Some trap effects. Some snare rolls. Sounds dope. And then you got Guttin. So he's got a couple of main layers and he's got these left and right ad-libs. I grouped them all together. Nothing really interferes with itself, so they all kind of work together even if you mix them together. For this, I did a little bit differently. So I did start with the API, gave it some compression, got rid of the low end, went through the mixing, just got rid of some of the low mid that was in there, added some compression back in again. And then I went straight to the FabFilter MB, or multiband, which I didn't normally do before. I used to use the Oxford suppressors, and I'm sure I probably still will keep doing that. But in this case, I felt like just doing it because I wanted it to sound like the reference. And the reference was big, open, and bright. So I wanted to see if I could do the same thing with this. That's what I did there. I added some compression, raised everything above 2K to 5K, and then 10K to 20. I just added some air, added some brightness, made it sound a little bit bigger and better. After that, I added the JJP. I'll never step away from this plugin. It's too sick. The Attack and the Magic brought that up. After that, I had the RVox, which brings it back out to the front. Then I had the Infinity EQ, again, raised some brightness. So vocals are becoming a little bit bright right now. And then I had some controlling of the brightness by adding in a multiband only from about 2.6K and up. And this does make it sound bright, but bright and controlled in a way. And after that, I'll show you guys that vocal too. I'm just going to go through, I believe this is Girliz. And with her, because the vocals were processed pretty nicely, I didn't have to do much. I added some compression at the beginning, got rid of the low end, added more compression, controlled the highs this time because the vocals were a little bit processed on the bright side. So controlled it, brought out the level a bit more to make it sound like it has some life. RVox to bring it to the front. And then some Infinity EQ to match Guttin. And that was it on her end. So now when you listen to it.
Loki kende valiya tu Haan Haige Aa Loki kende bala mada Haan Haige Aa Loki kende adba tu Yo Haan Haige Aa Sacho sachi dasi yaara Haan Haige Aa.
So that's it for like the vocal part of it. Pretty good. Now when you listen to it all together, now we got to start balancing a little bit more.
Loki kende valiya tu
Haan Haige Aa
Loki kende bala mada
Haan Haige Aa
Loki kende adba tu
Yo Haan Haige Aa
Sacho sachi dasi yaara
Haan Haige Aa Haan Haige Aa Kude mere bare gala karde ne jo Niche le ne kude mere bare gala karde ne jo ਨੀ ਵੇਲੇ ਨੇ ਸ਼ੌਂਕ ਪਗਾਵੇ ਜੱਟ ਕੁੜੇ ਨੀ ਪਾਲੇ ਮੋਰ ਨੀ ਪੱਟ ਕੁੜੇ ਨੀ ਹਟ ਜਾ ਪੁੱਛਣੋ ਹਟ ਕੁੜੇ ਨੀ ਵਿਗੜੇ ਕੁੜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਨੀ ਚੇਲੇ ਨੇ ਕੁੜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ.
So yeah, I don't know if you guys could tell what I was doing, but I was trying to bring out the pop of the kick a little bit more because as soon as I played it, it felt like the bass took over and the kick didn't do anything. So now I'm going to compare it to the original, see where it goes from there. So right now, I know I haven't talked for a minute, but I've been trying to see where and what parts of the mix need to be brought up, brought down, all that kind of stuff. As you can tell, as I'm going through it, I'm flipping between the reference in terms of where I think his levels are. And then based on my cleanliness and where I think things are going, I'm trying to balance the two of them. So when they hear it for the first time, because they haven't heard it yet, once they hear it for the first time, they're going to hear it with an open mind of it being bigger and open without changing the mix completely, because obviously they like it in a certain way because you get used to hearing stuff like that. It's called demolitis, and you get it. You get the demo, you get the rough, you hear your vocals that way. You've heard it for months, if not a year, and you just get used to it. And as much as you want to change someone's mind and do a better mix, whatever that might be, when you get used to something, you get used to it. It is what it is. It happens to me all the time too. Add that, just get rid of some of that low end that's in that vocal, because it is like a distorted vocal. There was this part I wanted to check out, because in the violin things,
ਕੁੜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਨੀਚੇ ਲੈਨੇ ਕੁੜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਨੀਚੇ ਲੈਨੇ ਕੁੜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਕੱਲੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰੇ ਕੱਲੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰੇ ਬਾਪੂ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੱਲੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰੇ ਬਾਪੂ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੱਲ ਗਿਆ ਕੱਲੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰੇ ਬਾਪੂ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੱਲ ਗਿਆ ਗੀਜੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੀ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਦੇਤਾ ਖੋਟਾ ਕੱਲੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰੇ ਬਾਪੂ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੱਲ ਗਿਆ ਗੀਜੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੀ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਦੇਤਾ ਖੋਟਾ ਸੀ ਕੱਲੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰੇ ਬਾਪੂ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੱਲ ਗਿਆ ਗੀਜੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੀ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਦੇਤਾ ਖੋਟਾ ਸੀ ਕੱਲੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰੇ ਬਾਪੂ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੱਲੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰੇ ਬਾਪੂ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੱਲ ਗਿਆ ਗੀਜੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੀ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਦੇਤਾ ਖੋਟਾ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਭੁੱਲਣ ਦਾ ਏ ਉਧਰ ਕੱਟ ਕੱਲੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰੇ ਕੱਲੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰੇ ਬਾਪੂ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੱਲ ਗਿਆ ਗੀਜੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੀ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਦੇਤਾ ਖੋਟਾ ਸਿੱਕਾ ਚੱਲ ਗਿਆ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਤਾਂ ਪਾਉ ਖਲਾਰੇ ਖੁੱਲਾ ਏ ਜੱਟ ਸਾਨ ਕੁੜੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਭੁੱਲਣ ਦਾ ਏ ਉਧਰ ਕੱਟ ਧਿਆਨ ਕੁੜੇ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਚੜਦਾ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਸੜਦਾ ਸੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਕਹਿ ਗਏ ਆ
ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੇਲੀਆ ਤੂੰ
ਹਾਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ
ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬਾਲਾ ਮਾੜਾ
Now, before I start mastering it, just because I want to get a level, I want to get an idea of where the master is going to sit. This is my little trick. I'm going to boost the kick a little bit more. So once I'm doing that T-Rex hard clipper, the first thing it's going to attack is the kick, but it's still going to leave the transient there, which is my main thing. I want that kick to still punch through. So I'm going to do that. And I might even add Fat Filter C2 on the bass just to make sure that kick pops through, even if it's a tiny bit.
ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੇਲੀਆ ਤੂੰ
ਹਾਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ
ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬਾਲਾ ਮਾੜਾ
ਹਾਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ
ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ
So I brought up the kick a little bit more. Now I think it's at the time where we can start doing a little bit of mastering just to see where the track sits. If the final level is going to sound good, if it's not, all that kind of stuff. So first and foremost, going to the BX XL V2. I'm just going to listen to it and see what difference it makes.
ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੇਲੀਆ ਤੂੰ
ਹਾਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ
ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬਾਲਾ ਮਾੜਾ ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੇਲੀਆ ਤੂੰ
ਹਾਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ
Yeah, that opens it up a lot more, which is nice. Here, what we're going to be doing, Fab Filter is really easy. Double click, opens up a little node. I'm going to set this one on the left side over to 20 hertz, the one on the right side to 20,000 hertz. Now I'm going to change the channel mode. Instead of affecting the left and right, I want to affect the sides and the mid differently. So I'm going to select mid side. Double click again. Instead, I'm going to set this slope to like 30 or 36. I'll set to 36 for this one. And got a right click, and stereo placement should be side. And then click 100. Now, what this is going to do is affect everything 100 hertz and below and make that all mono, while everything 100 hertz and above is all stereo, remains the way it was. I'm going to just put the Infinity EQ in here, but I don't know if I'm going to use it yet. Just going to leave it there. And then put the clipper on. I'm just gonna load up the L2. And then obviously I need my meter. Make this track as loud as we can without, well, I mean, it's gonna be distorted, but minimal distortion. So first, bring up that slope so it's a hard slope. And let's see what this does.
ਚੜਾ ਜਮਾ ਟੀਸੀ ਵਾਲਾ ਬੇਰ ਮੈਂ ਕਈਆਂ ਥੱਲੇ ਦੱਬਤਾ ਸੀ ਨਿਕੜਾਇਆ ਫੇਰ ਮੈਂ
That brought up the level quite a bit, but I noticed it was affecting the kick again. So what I did on the Fab Filter L2 was set the attack all the way to the end, release all the way to the beginning. The transient's up so that the kick still has that transient. I don't want to lose any of that. Release back down, and then actually I might change the release. I don't know yet. And I'm just going to set this to punchy. I don't even... Probably does something. Makes me feel a little bit better that it says punchy.
Yo, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, ਕੁੜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ Yo, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, ਕੁੜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa,
So it needs a lot of high-end information. Even though I added what I did, it's still not there. So...
Haan Haige Aa, yo, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, ਕੁੜੇ Haan Haige Aa, yo, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Yo, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, yo, Haan Haige Aa, yo, Haan Haige Aa, yo, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, yo, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, ਕੁੜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰ
Sounds good. Still not where I want it to be. So I'm going to still do the thing I was saying, which was adding the C2 onto the bass. I'm going to give it some side chaining and see if that makes a difference. So pick 4808, set it to the side chain thing, and let's see.
Yo, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, ਕੁੜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ Yo, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, ਕੁੜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ Yo, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, yo, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, Haan Haige Aa, ਕੁੜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਨੀਚੇ ਲੈ ਨੇ ਕੁੜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਨੀ ਵੇਲੇ ਨੇ ਸ਼ੌਂਕ ਪਗਾਵੇ ਜੱਟ ਕੁੜੇ ਨੀ ਪਾਲੇ ਮੋਰ ਨੀ ਪੱਟ ਕੁੜੇ ਨੀ ਹਟ ਜਾ
For now, that's as close as I think I'm going to get. I'm going to still need another couple tries on it, but getting the balance to where Karan and Avvy, everybody wants the track to be is was what I'm hoping to get to. So I usually either spend about 4 to 8 hours on a mix. I get it to like 99% and I'm good to go. Or I get it to about 75, 80%, whatever this percent means, get it to a certain percentage. And then the next day, take a listen to it again, be like, all right, cool. This is what I'm missing. Oh, this sounds too sharp, or this is too much this. It usually happens to me when I'm doing multiple songs that I'm working on at the same time. So I got to make sure that, I take enough breaks. I let my ears rest. I let all that stuff happen. Taking breaks is number one. So with a few more tweaks, it will get to that point where I'm completely happy with it. But as of right now, I think I'm at a good spot where I can take a little bit of a break, come back to it, do some minor tweaks, send it through my outboard gear, get it ready for master fully, and send it off for their approval. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please share, like, subscribe, definitely comment. Let me know what you guys thought about this. Did this help you guys out? Does this give you an idea of what it takes to mix, master, to produce, whatever it might be? Please keep on watching, keep on commenting, keep on sharing. Hit that little bell for future notifications. Subscribe if you have not done so yet. Until next time, see you guys soon.